everything changes.
Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome into the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. Today is July 26th, to be exact, 2020, and we're heading into the end of July, just a few days left and the beginning of a new month. Yesterday's video was about Poshmark as a niche topic, but it had a very broad general subject that I touched on, and from reading the comments and reading the responses on Facebook and social media, it's super important that I spend a little time on what the point was that I was trying to make in yesterday's video. If you missed it, I'll link it below and you can check it out first, and then you can come back here and listen to this. So the subject and topic was Poshmark, but the point of the video was time management and ROI, return on investment, your time. So the number one asset that every person watching this video right now and me have is our time. Your time is valuable, and in some cases, your time is priceless. And I think a lot of people miss the point, not only of the video that I made and that other people have made on social media and videos, but the point of business in itself as a wraparound, circular argument of time and money, when at the end of the day, time is money. It's not what necessarily your time is worth, it's what are you missing out on by freeing up or not freeing up your time that could make you additional money. And so let me give you a little bit of background here. So I posted a video yesterday about Poshmark and about the entire thing about bots and sharing. And a lot of people, if you don't know, pay for software and automation bots to share their Poshmark closet. Poshmark does create and result in more sales if you are sharing more actively. Of course, I believe that listing more items will get you more sales, but sharing definitely helps. Whether one helps more than the other is a back and forth argument. They both do help. But if you can automate the sharing, then of course you're going to make more sales. Posh is happy over that because they get to make 20%, and that's why they sort of turn a blind eye, in my opinion. And of course, nobody wants to sit all day and share for an hour at a time, 3 times a day, 3 hours a day, because it's wasteful, and I agree. And this is why I believe that a lot of people that are on Poshmark don't have as much success as they could on other platforms. There's no other platform in the world, not eBay, not Amazon, not Mercari, not Etsy, not Depop, not Grail, not Tradesy, help me out, I'm missing a few, I'm sure, that Bonanza, Rakuten, that require you to share your items. Poshmark is the only one, and that's kind of an eye-opener, and it should make you think about why. Well, it kind of is genius by the Poshmark team. They want you to click and share your items, one, because you have an incentive of possibly getting more sales. But remember, when you're sharing that item, it's creating activity on Poshmark's site. Any of you that are familiar with social media, especially Instagram, more activity, more engagement, this is how it goes on YouTube also, the more that content is going to get placed in Google searches. So if you ever have done a Google search for your items listed on Posh, they're almost always at the top of Google searches. They fall higher than eBay, in some cases higher than Amazon or higher than other platforms. It's always Posh. And I always wonder to myself, for a fairly new platform, and this was 2 or 3 years ago even, when I started Posh, I thought, how could Posh possibly obtain these high Google rankings? And that is how they did it, the constant activity. So it's kind of genius by the team over there at Poshmark, and I get it, and great for them. The problem is it doesn't help you when you're wasting all of that time. The time you're spending does not equate to aggressively huge numbers of sales. Yeah, you'll sell some more items, but not exponentially bigger. It's just not going to happen. It's just not worth the ROI time to investment. And so that's why so many people started paying for Poshbots and automation. And I get it. I understand. Okay. It is against terms of service, and I don't do anything that's against terms of service. I know not everyone is a perfect little get in line person. I have my fair share of things, but that to me is just not worth ruining my account, and especially the whole story from the video yesterday. So with that said, my point of this video is you've got to expand out and reach out to something that makes your time more worth it. And let me give you a couple of examples, and hopefully you can take these and run with them. So number one, the whole Posh sharing thing, I just don't agree with it. And there's been talk of getting rid of sharing. I think they should, but they're not going to because of the reason I just told you. It helps them get so high in Google. It's nuts. It's great for the platform. It's bad for the sellers. Okay, so get out of the sharing thing. List on platforms that don't require you to share. eBay is a $25 billion company, or was before they sold their stuff. Amazon does $256 billion in gross transactions. I mean, there's a reason. Have you ever seen anybody share anything on Amazon? Of course not, right? It's all about going where the audience and the money is. And Amazon has the money and Amazon has the audience. There's just no two ways about it. eBay has money and eBay has an audience also. Poshmark is very small. It's a good platform. It was a good idea, but it's just not time efficient for sellers. There are some sellers that they're exceptions. They make their entire day about Posh. It's all day long and the money comes in for them. But I feel like if they took all that time and put that effort in somewhere else, they'd probably do even better than they do now. And some of them are doing well. One of them commented on my YouTube video that she's a 6-figure Poshmark seller. And congratulations to her, that's awesome. That's a hard thing to do. But I feel like if that time was placed elsewhere, the return on investment would be better for time. The second thing, hiring people. So somebody said, oh, I'll hire an employee to do all my sharing or do all my listing or photographs or all the above. And that's fantastic. But the return on investment of you spending $400 or $500 a week on an employee versus having them, to do Posh sharing and Posh listing versus having them to do something else. Again, it's no different than you doing it versus not doing it. It's a return on investment, except this time, instead of just wasting your time, you're now wasting payroll. You have to think about that. Put them on a test. Give them a month to work on Posh and then give them a month to work on eBay and watch what happens. I think most people will agree with me. The results are going to be better on eBay. Okay, the next one is the whole sourcing that we just talked about. So everybody always asks me, oh, you buy wholesale, you buy bulk, but I'd rather go into thrift stores or this and that and cherry pick and get the very best items. And while that's true, you can go in and buy some items that you might make 30, 40, 50 bucks on, and I'm buying wholesale stuff that I'm making 2 or 3. How long does it take you to buy that one item, list that one item, sell that one item, that you make 50 bucks on, and I'm selling a bunch of items I'm making $2 or $3 in wholesale or even $10. How many more can I sell? If it takes you all day to sell one and make 50 bucks, but it takes me 10 minutes to sell one and make $2 or $3, and I can sell 5 or 6 an hour, and I can make $18, $20, $25 an hour, all of a sudden in 8 hours, I get to make hundreds of dollars and you sold 1 or 2 items. So you have to do the math. It's so important that you know your numbers. All of my Shark Tank fans out there know, they always say if you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business. And it's true. How long does it take you to source? How many minutes, how many seconds, how many hours? How long does it take you to prep it, to photograph it, to list it? How long does it take to pack and ship it? Divided by how many days, divided by how many items, divided by how much money you're making, equals how much money you make per hour, per day, per minute, per item, whatever it is. You should know all of these numbers. And then you should have a second business model of how to do it more efficiently. Like if I bought wholesale, how long would it take a box to arrive? How long would it take for me to prep those? How long would it take for me to sell those? Compare these business models side by side. I do it every day with everything that I do. Which way is more efficient? Which way is going to make me more money? Sure, I'm only going to make $3 or $4 on selling items in boxes. Great, except I'm going to sell 100 a day and make $300 or $400, and you're going to make $50 on an item, but you're only going to be able to sell 2 or 3 if you're lucky, because time is limited. It's always about that time. So always maximize your time. This is why when I do things like the to-do list or the checklist or Asana that I gave you guys, the productivity tools or Taskful or any of these things, it's how much time are you wasting every day? An hour, 2 hours of wasted time a day, 30 days a month, because we're entrepreneurs. We don't work Monday through Friday. We work Sunday to Sunday, right? 60 hours a month, 2 hours a day, 30 days a month, 60 hours a month. How much more money could you make? Time management, ROI, everything. It is all the number one thing of business, because you're valuable. My time is valuable. It's all valued differently, but it's valuable. And you have to figure out how valuable it is, how much time it is, and where you can direct that time to get the most money back on your time, because everyone deserves to be paid for their time. Okay, I think I covered everything that we needed to cover. Hopefully the point of my video from yesterday is well taken. To give my official breakdown though, I don't agree with sharing. I don't like the concept of sharing, at least not from a seller standpoint. It works well for Posh. Yes, there are some of you on Posh that are very successful. Even those people I think should be out on other platforms, either cross-listing or directing traffic somewhere else that could even raise their profits even higher. And as far as somebody paying for a bot service and then reselling it to bot service, completely garbage, hate all that idea. Risking your account and risking your Posh status or anything like that by violating terms of service of any website is something I just steer clear of. That's just my opinion. So, okay, time management, guys, make the most of your time. In fact, make the most of every single second, every minute, every hour of every day, because you only get one and you only get so many of them. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm gonna go eat some food. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna enjoy this Florida sunset going on out there. Last few months before we move to another place that's gonna have some amazing sunsets for me to give you guys out the back of. I can't wait to show it to you guys in the new house. Closing December or January, so that's when all the new stuff will start. Thank you guys as always for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.